Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday, where we drink the finest whiskey and we argue about the internet's most important topics.
Because what the internet doesn't love more is arguing and telling people that they're wrong.
With each topic, we've taken a side. And even if we don't agree with that side, we're gonna die on that hill.
So grab a whiskey, sit back and enjoy, unless if you're driving. Don't do that.
Yeah, bad call.
Just drink something non-alcoholic and enjoy our conversation today. We have a good one.
Go ahead and click that subscribe button. We really appreciate when you subscribe. Also, give us a thumbs up or give us a thumbs down. And remember, leave a comment down below because we like to hear from you, especially him and especially me. Not so much him. No one there.
And if you'd rather listen to us instead of see our faces, you can actually head to your favorite podcast outlet and listen to us as a podcast. We got something big going on today. Last week, we teased that we're going to be giving away
Oh, is it happening?
a set of glasses. Today is the giveaway. So,
Oh, yeah.
it's really simple. All you have to do is leave a comment down below and let us know what whiskey you would like to put in your new Last Cut Crystal glass.
Yes.
And then we will pick a winner next week.
Yeah. We will. Cool.
Okay, it is the day before St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah?
So I thought I would drag out really my only Irish whiskey. Not got real big into Irish whiskey, but I picked this up. Actually, I got this last year for our St. Patrick's theme EDC tray.
Yeah.
I have this year's
I remember that.
here. This is actually going to be launching.
This.
This is actually going to be launching tomorrow as well. Kind of a shameless plug here, but it does relate to
No
why
shame.
I have this. We make these EDC trays here. CNC machine out of aluminum, Cerakoted. The leather is water buffalo leather.
It's nice leather.
Laser. The orange stitching is beautiful.
Yeah.
Then we have the Neo Mags
Dude, this thing's sweet.
that are also awesome.
It's got
I'll put
that,
up
how do you
some
say that?
B-roll here.
Veritas
And
Aquas.
Veritas and Equitas.
Aquitas, yeah. So, it's
Means-
got that logo on
means
it.
truth and justice.
Truth and Justice. It is a sweet logo. And then we also have like a St. Patrick Celtic style Neomag
The
logo.
Neomag knot logo,
Which is pretty sweet.
Which is actually designed by our shipping girl, Kim, who's also a phenomenal artist.
She is an
She did
awesome
that.
artist.
She did that logo for us
Yeah.
last year. So let's dive in
Give me a pour here.
to the Sexton single malt. I don't know how much of this is left.
This would not be a neck pour.
No, this
So
is.
we're all on the same page here.
We're getting pretty low in there. I actually picked
I
this.
found this difficult to pour from last time I poured it.
Oh, the bottle?
The bottle.
Yeah, a little
It's a
bit.
cool bottle.
It always spills a little bit. I actually picked this up in the store because I thought the bottle was really cool.
Is that why?
Great job on your marketing, because I thought it was
It's a cool-
awesome.
it's a cool
even
bottle. That is
like the
cool.
skull at the top hat on the cap, and yeah. The only thing that's driving me nuts is the sticker's not centered in the little.
Yeah, quality
up there.
control. 3 out of 10.
It's probably done by hand, but
It is pretty cool.
this
bottle.
yeah. So let me
never
tell you a
seen
little
one
bit
like
about this. I actually could not find very much on this. There's the distiller. It's kind of a mystery. I read a couple things that people are kind of making some guesses of where it's from, but all we know is that it's from Antrim, Ireland. That is actually on the label. And the master blender, her name is Alex Thomas, and she's actually one of the few female master
Blenders.
blenders
Wow.
in the entire industry, let alone outside of Irish whiskey. It is 100% unpeated malted barley, which is this whiskey is so different from everything else that we've had, because everything else is mostly corn.
Right.
I haven't brought any rye in yet or anything. It's mostly corn, and then aged in white oak barrels. This is actually distilled in copper pots for, I believe,
That's
4
cool.
years. And then it's aged in used sherry casks. So when you taste this and when you smell it,
It's very different.
it's pretty sweet. You're going to get a lot of sherry
Yeah.
flavor in there. and their notes say dried fruits, nuts, honey. I think you're also when you smell it, when you taste it, I think you'll be able to taste a little bit of that copper potness.
Yeah.
Copper potness? Is
Maybe
potness
it's a tinge.
the word? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 80 proof, so it's very easy to drink.
So the room kind of fills up with an aroma when you pour this out.
Yeah, I smell the sherry.
Yeah, and it's people are going to notice it's a little different than normal.
It smells so good.
It does smell very good. It's interesting how much of an aroma the liquid can pick up depending on what you put it in.
Yeah.
And in this case, that aroma is very potent.
It's been a long time since I've opened this up. I drank it.
Well, it's a totally different drink.
So, man, the fruits.
Yeah.
Fruits and honey are.
So I'm going to try and get detailed into this because I feel that you deserve it. When you first take a sip, it's sharp on your tongue versus, in my opinion, normal whiskey is very smooth. This is sharp, then it gets smooth towards the back of your tongue. And I think the sharpness comes from how sweet it is, and the very tip of your tongue seems to taste that when you first have it.
And to me, when it first hits my tongue, I'm searching for flavor. There's not a lot of flavor when it first hits my tongue, but then you just get flooded.
Yeah, and it's mid-tongue. That's where all the flavor hits me.
With fruit and honey.
Yeah. It's definitely not... This is completely different.
Yeah, completely unlike anything.
You can't describe it. Like, you can't compare it with, like, a Blanton's or...
No, yeah, there's
what
no
was the one we
comparison.
had a couple weeks ago that I really liked?
The 1776.
The 1776. This is a completely different child than any of those things. It's good.
Yeah, it's very good.
If you're expecting to get this and taste what you're used to tasting, this isn't for you. I mean, you should try it, but it's not going to taste
It's
like,
fun. It's something different. It reminds me how much I love bourbon.
Yeah.
Because I will still take a bourbon over this.
Me too.
But I'm going to give it my would I buy it again rating. Yes.
There we go.
I would buy it again. I think it's very good. It's something totally different. It's kind of lacking the complexity of what a bourbon has or an aged whiskey. But again, it's only barley. So you're not getting mixes of different grains in there. It is one grain.
Yep.
And it gets this complexity from the copper pots and then
I wonder
the
if
sherry
this is
cask.
a blended. This would be a blended.
It is not. It's a single malt.
Single malt?
Yep.
Well, there we go. Now we know.
Which to me does make it more impressive that you're able to get
There's a lot of different things.
this many flavors out of a single malt.
So, my rating, I have, this is something I can't really compare to all the other whiskeys we've had, because it's not, in my opinion, they shouldn't have that label, because it doesn't taste like those things.
No,
so
it's a whiskey.
I know it is, but it's different. It's a different drink. And so if you're ever in the mood for a different drink, I would give this a 6.5 out of 10, 5 being very average, so it's above average.
I think this is probably a really good thing for somebody who's maybe just getting into whiskey.
Yeah, it's sweet.
And wants to taste different things, and because it's only 80 proof, it is very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something I would grab for somebody that maybe doesn't really know
right.
what they want.
Or you're just in the mood for something different.
It would make a pretty good Manhattan.
Oh, yeah. Because it's already so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be good.
Very cool.
All right, so
Let's get into this, man. We got...
today, we are going to be talking about spare magazines. And this is something that we probably could have led off this whole series with, but that seemed too obvious.
Yeah.
Being that we're Neomag, and which is the brand is kind of taken off from the name of the first product, which is a magazine holder. So this is the world that I've lived in for the last plus 7 years, is the world of reloads. And I've had every debate possible with most of the internet, it seems, on this topic. And it's something that I see come up over and over and over again. I see other accounts like USCCA and NRA and some of our other friends in the industry that are instructors will semi-frequently post about carrying a spare or not carrying a spare and that sort of thing. So I actually think this is, again, if it's right in our wheelhouse. it might seem kind of obvious if you know us and what we do, but I think there are good things to consider.
Sure.
When we're figuring out what we want to carry every day, I think we need to put good thought into what we're going to carry.
Right.
So don't just carry a spare mag because somebody just told you to, and don't not carry a spare mag because somebody told you not to. Put some actual thought into these things.
So if I do my job right, I'm arguing, by the way, against carrying a spare mag for the sake of this debate. If I do my job right, you guys get to see angry Greg by the end of this.
Yeah, probably gonna get angry.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, hopefully I don't, because
he's very passionate about the subject, though.
It is.
His intro to the gun world.
Yes, carrying a spare is an essential part of our business, and trying to educate people on the pros of carrying a spare has everything to do with what we do, and my company, and our how we put food on the table and everything is that we align with people who have chosen to carry a spare magazine.
Right.
But ultimately, I want people to choose what's best for them, and so I think even though I'm gonna argue against your points and say that they're all stupid, there's probably some validity to maybe one of your points.
Most of my points.
So, yeah, I don't know about that. All right, so let's dive into this. Dusty, do you want to start with your points?
Yeah, I can.
Just buzz through them real quick. Don't go too much into detail.
I'll give some points here. I have a few things going on when I think about this. So, carrying a spare mag. I think carrying a spare mag is not necessary based on a few principles. One, guns are unbelievably reliable compared to what they were even 10 years ago. Mags included are pretty reliable compared to what they were even 10 years ago. And with proper maintenance and a proper understanding of firearm care, you can go, I've gone, especially with my Glock, multiple range sessions with nothing, no issues whatsoever. And that's utilizing mags that are kind of old. So in my mind, already the chances of getting in a gunfight are pretty low. Now, you gotta say, like, what are the chances of, with my well-versed, well-used, well-understood firearm, that I'm also going to have a malfunction and require a spare mag for that malfunction? That's pretty low too. So that's probably my first point. My second point here is gonna be, let's say you do have a malfunction. It's kind of tailored off the first point here. There are plenty of malfunctions that you should be perfectly capable of clearing without a spare mag, right? And perhaps it's faster, and actually almost surely it's faster just to put new ammo in the gun. Drop your mag, clear it around, or clear your chamber, put new ammo in, and load another round in. But it is possible, and honestly a decent trade-off, to just learn to clear malfunctions with a single mag. And so by doing that, you're able to replace what you're carrying your spare mag with some better options. And those better options could include medical. Maybe the real estate on your belt line and real estate in your pockets is as a premium, especially if you're like me or Greg, where we have a lot of everyday carry things. And some people, including myself sometimes, rely under the philosophy that it's good to plan for the probable. And I'm aware that there's some high stakes in this world, but like the likelihood that you're gonna need medical is pretty high. So if the trade-off is spare mag or medical, I'm gonna choose medical every day because I think the stakes of not having medical are high, and two, the probability is higher as well. So there's good real estate there. I don't necessarily want to go into the debate of mag versus medical, but my point is that real estate's at a premium, and perhaps you've chosen, or I have chosen in this case, to carry something other than a spare mag in that location. And then my last kind of point, which goes off of the whole probability thing, is that, I don't know the statistics, and this is not like hard factual data, but I think I was reading somewhere that the average concealed carry shooting is 1 to 2 rounds or 2 to 3 rounds. And, maybe police shootings are significantly more, but for me, I'm thinking concealed carry. So I probably won't need more ammo. So I think we can strike more ammo off the list for me. And so when I put all those factors together, I think the likelihood of needing a spare mag, along with the other combinations of the things I just said, tells me that carrying a spare mag is not a necessary feature.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I did.
So what you got?
I said what I said. What do you got?
So here's my points. One is the biggest one. Guns only work when they have ammunition, unless you're going to throw it. So,
which we've all done.
If I've chosen to conceal carry, I've gone through the process of getting my concealed carry. If I had to do that, I've chosen holsters and I've got training and all this stuff because I believe that there is a possibility of needing to defend my life or somebody else's. I've already accepted that there's that possibility, so there's also a possibility I'm going to need more. And whether that's because there's a malfunction with my current magazine and is no longer functional, so I need a new magazine, or this world's getting crazier by the day. Maybe I do need 16 rounds and I've only got 15 in my gun. Maybe I need 17, whatever it is. And one of the things I've always told people is I personally don't carry 2 magazines because I think I'm going to get in a 30-round gunfight. I agree, I might need 6 rounds, but I might only get 3 out of my current mag for whatever reason, and I need 3 more. And the only way I'm going to get that is with a spare magazine. And we can get into it, and yeah, all right, so let me get, next thing is malfunctions. You brought up malfunctions as well. Yes, you can train to clear malfunctions by keeping your magazine. And this only works if your magazine hasn't completely grenaded itself.
Yeah, if that happens, you're gonna be like,
which we've seen.
Bullets in the chamber. It has happened.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
And unless it completely grenades itself, and just for whatever reason your gun jams and you keep your mag. But here's the problem: how many of us actually train doing that? Especially for OWB training people. When you're out on the range and you're full kit and you're training malfunction clearing, you're dropping that mag, you're racking your slide, and you're grabbing a new mag and putting it in. Then after your range day is over, you go back and you put your concealed carry IWB kit in, and you don't carry another magazine.
Yeah.
You're going to be ill-equipped to clear a malfunction.
I think that's a solid point.
If you don't train it. So this goes back to our first episode or something. Carry how you train, and train for how you carry is very important. And the last thing is we can play odds, and again, this relates to my first point, is that the odds we've accepted that the odds of needing a gun are greater than we are willing to accept, so we carry a gun. I think it makes sense how I'm saying that, right? So if I'm accepting that there's odds of needing a gun, I also have to accept that there are some amount of odds that I'm going to need more ammo for whatever reason. So those are my 3 main points. And
so your last point, that's the consequences of not having a gun. We've accepted that the consequences of not having a gun are higher than the lowness of the odds of needing a gun.
Something like that.
So, I get what you're trying to say. Just looking for an elegant way of saying that. Yeah.
So the thing just because that's probably the biggest thing that I see people saying is they're like, the odds of me needing more ammo are very low. And while I agree with that, the odds of you even needing a gun are very low. Yet, you've chosen to dedicate a portion of your life and your funds and everything to carrying a gun. So, accepting some odds and choosing to ignore some other odds. And so, I would hate the feeling of being in a defensive situation with my family and for whatever reason, whether my gun goes down, I've expended all my ammo, for whatever reason, I can no longer defend me and my family.
Okay.
And then just in this scenario, then turning to my family and say, sorry guys, you guys were only worth me carrying the one magazine in here. You guys weren't worth me carrying another magazine today. Unfortunately, I can't do anything else, so we're gonna get murdered. I would hate to be ill prepared for a situation that again, the odds were already extremely small that I was gonna get into this situation. I want to be as best equipped for that situation that I can be.
So mentally, you're doing a calculation in your head. And that calculation is the odds of me needing this are still high enough that it's not worth the stakes, the consequences of not having it. So my question for you is, when is enough, right?
Sure.
Like, why not carry 3 mags or 4 or plate carrier or like how does somebody make the calculation that like I said, the real estate on your body is limited, and so you have to ask yourself, is this worth it to me, and is this something that I can fully see? And so what you're saying is that mentally in your head that the calculation of needing a spare mag is there, and that those stakes are too high to write off the low chance of needing it.
And for me, I might even word it differently. It is so easy to carry a spare magazine these days, between all the options, not just a Neomag, but between all the options that are out there these days, to carry a spare. It is so easy to carry a spare magazine that it doesn't make sense to not carry one. Right? I have built my carry around what my lifestyle and the places where I go, and I was saying, we all have to figure out what we think our possible scenarios might need. We know people that carry 2 spare magazines.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They carry one inside the waistband.
They made that calculation that this is what they need.
They carry one in the waistband and one in the pocket.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is where I get where people come from, because they're playing this odds game, and I get that the odds of me needing 2 backup magazines to me are crazy. So I understand how some people are going to say carrying 1 extra magazine is crazy to them.
Sure.
So I get it. I just want people to have a well thought out explanation for why they choose not to carry a mag. And
I agree.
That's really all I want. For me to hear somebody really only, the main thing that I hear people spout is, the average concealed carry situation only needs, whatever rounds.
2 rounds, 3 rounds. I actually had that as my point.
So the thing that drives me the craziest when I do get upset in this situation is when people say super ignorant things like, if I can't get it done in 15 rounds, then I shouldn't have been in this.
I left this out on purpose.
Then I shouldn't have been in this place, in this situation. I've heard people say, if I can't get it done in 15 rounds, then I deserve to die.
Yeah.
Like that stuff to me is so.
It's ignorant.
And lazy, and that side of I don't want that to be people's reason for not carrying a spare magazine, because that stuff completely goes against the entire reason to even carry a gun.
Right. That's like saying if I don't have an AR-15 and I can't shoot somebody from 150 feet away, then there's no need in carrying a pistol, because once they're that close, I'm dead anyways. Like, it doesn't track logically. And I didn't put it in my argument for that reason, because, like, first of all, if you read anything into high stress environments and what people do under high stress, guess what you do under high stress? Jerk the trigger, you shake. Some people literally get the shakes under high stress. And you should know what you do in that environment. And so, like, I understand like, I understand what people are saying. They're like, listen, I'm going to train. What they're really saying is, I'm trying to train so well that I don't need 15 rounds. And like, I don't think that's a good way of saying that.
I don't think that's these people may think that. These people may think.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they may think I'm so good that.
Exactly. That's what I hear when people say that.
Yeah, but.
And I call bull, in case you're curious.
So much bull. That response, honestly, that's when I cut off the conversation. There's no arguing with that kind of.
Right.
That kind of stupidity.
And I don't think it's a good way. I don't think it's a good light on what I'm trying to argue here.
Yeah.
Right? Because, in my opinion, if you're gonna not carry a spare mag, do it under educated pretenses. So understand that you are taking a bit of extra risk, but you're trading that risk for comfort, or you're trading that risk for some other useful item that you believe is more likely you're gonna need. And just, you need to be knowledgeable about this stuff and understand that there is significant drawbacks to not carrying a spare mag. And you need to trade those drawbacks for whatever benefit that you think is optional there.
And train for that.
That's important.
Like we talked about with the malfunction thing. Okay, if you decided not to carry a spare magazine because either you don't think malfunctions are going to happen or whatever reason, but at least train for the situation where you can't, where you don't have a reload or something. But yeah, I realize all of this comes down to odds. We all play the game of what are the odds that I'm going to need a spare? What are the odds that I'm going to need a gun? What are the odds? We all have to figure out what are the odds I'm going to need 2 mags, 3 mags, 4 mags, whatever. And I just think if I think you had started this phrase, and actually I think I heard it from Jason Demo. I don't think he watches this, but we don't train for the possibility, we train for the probability. And it's basically saying we don't train because for all the odds. We train because there are odds of needing it.
Right.
And that's why we carry a gun. That's why we spend weekends away from our family training. That's why we spend stupid amounts of money on guns and gear and ammo and that sort of thing. Because one, we enjoy it.
Right. It's fun.
But two,
it's not serious.
Because it's serious.
Yeah.
And there are serious ramifications for being ill prepared for a situation.
There are bad people in this world who want to kill you so they can get up somewhere in life, and we prepare for that.
I actually added one more thing as we were talking about here.
What was that?
When we were training ECQC with Craig Douglas.
I was going to pause this and remind you to say something about this, because I thought it was a good point.
And I believe we talked about this a couple episodes ago in some other, it's like for the knife conversation, I think.
It was.
We saw the majority of the time, I'm not going to so over 50% of the time, I'm going to throw out some basic odds numbers here. The odds were greater that a gun jammed in a struggle. I was also really blown away at how many times a magazine came out of the gun.
Gone.
It blew me away.
Yeah.
How often I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting guns to jam. I was expecting guns to get taken out of hands and that sort of thing. But I was blown away at how many times a magazine came out of a gun. And there were several times out of that when the person who owned the gun and the magazine came out, then gained distance, still having the gun
in their hand
with no ammo. At that point, I would sure love to have an extra magazine.
Be nice to have that distance keeper. Yeah.
I would love to have a spare to grab without having to go find the one that just flew, or maybe is still by the bad guy's body, or at his feet or something. So, yes, that was a whole other thing when I realized how important it was to carry a spare magazine. That was one of the few points that came out of that weekend with.
And Yeah, I definitely concede that that's a moment in which the probability of needing a spare mag is significantly higher is when you are in a very close combat with somebody.
If you're going hands to hand with somebody.
And you decide to pull a gun.
And a gun comes out.
Yeah.
It is a very, very great possibility that you're going to want a second magazine because, again, like either malfunction or and jam, or the magazine comes out and you need another one.
I have a decent counter for that point. Okay. And I think that if you carry your magazine in your waistband, take the magazine out and replace that with a knife. Because in all those situations, I almost always wanted to go for my knife over my gun.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't what this conversation's about.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I would have rather had a revolver.
Oh, dang. Dude, revolvers are weirdly good at close quarters combat stuff.
Phenomenal.
Yep. Like the hammerless style. Give it to me.
Again, they don't jam.
Yep.
So and mags don't come out.
So the conclusion to this conversation is don't carry a spare mag, carry a revolver.
Carry a backup revolver. Do the
New York reload.
Good old New York reload. I mean, there is something to it.
There is something to it.
I think we all have to figure out what is our needs. If you're not carrying medical, again, I have yet to find an actual pocket medical solution that I like. That's not bulky. I have
makes that wallet one. I really like that one.
It's so bulky.
Really bulky because there's so much stuff to carry.
And there's actually in that one, there's actually not even a tourniquet in it.
Yeah, and a rat's tourniquet. There's so much debate over them.
And it wasn't even. I think there was a
Israeli bandage. Which I understand that can be used as a tourniquet.
Can be, but
I haven't trained enough in that way of knowing how to do it. So I prefer to have a cat tourniquet, or was it soft T? I'll take the soft T too, I guess. Rats if I need to, but yeah. Okay. I think we should definitely hear from what
I would love to hear what you guys think. I'm assuming that we have a little bit of a captive audience, and the people that are following us or watching this probably know us because of the Neomag, and maybe because you already own one. We would love to hear what you think. Do you always carry a spare magazine? If you don't always carry one, maybe again, this is kind of another side of things. Is if I'm heading into downtown Cleveland or Cincinnati or something, I am
strapped.
Definitely carrying a spare magazine.
Maybe two. Who knows?
If I'm running into downtown Swanky Medina,
maybe not.
Probably not. So
make your decision. And we've unfortunately most of the answers to these things are somewhere in the middle.
But I also think there's a need for consistency in what you carry. So. I would, I still carry a spare magazine. Again, it is just so easy.
Yep.
And I'm not carrying, some little single stack 8 rounder. I'm carrying 15, 16 rounds of 9mm in a Neomag for my 365 XL. So
absolutely,
it's not a small thing, but it's so simple to carry. So
and listen, if you don't believe us that there's a need for consistency, just look at people who move from say. Like the all-in-one holsters for the mags next to it, to a Neomag. And watch those people do a reload when they're not thinking about it and they first change over, or vice versa, coming from a Neomag to those. They immediately go to where their mag should be in their brain and not to where it actually is. Yeah. And that's a training scar that it's reasonable to do, but imagine doing that when someone's stealing your debit card or whatever they're doing. So.
Yeah, I have this fear of, if I'm in a situation where I need a reload, things are really bad. So
it's already a bad day.
I have this fear of needing it and going for it and not having anything there. I have a fidget spinner in my pocket instead of I actually don't own
dreams
them.
about this at night.
I don't.
You hear him like, no, my Neomag.
This would be nice if we all carried the exact same gun, so if we needed a mag, you could be like,
I need a mag!
Dusty, mag me!
Throws you one inside of the Kroger's, and you're just like, thanks, man!
And I catch it in the mag well of the gun.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then I rack it and
off the guy's face.
Yeah.
Pow, 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 pow. That's real life.
Yep, that is real life.
On that conclusion, I think it's time for us to announce what we're doing next week.
Okay, next week. First one. Should farting be federally banned in mosh pits? Are you pro?
I think maybe our audience here is different than what you're expecting. I don't think that's something they would enjoy to hear.
Have you ever been in a mosh pit and somebody rips one? I mean, it already smells
is
weird
there
in a mosh
debate
pit,
there,
but
Greg? We know it should be illegal.
All right.
Okay?
It's not that one?
No, God,
okay.
no.
Here's a hotly contested one.
All right, I'm ready.
That I think will break the
Something
internet. Pineapple on pizza.
Yes. There's no question that pineapple can and should be put on pizza in some capacity.
That's ridiculous. Fruit is not meant to be
it's like
on a pizza.
That's what makes pizza healthy.
Fruit?
Yes.
No.
You put pineapple on the pizza so you can go back for 3 slices and not feel fat.
All right.
I think we should argue that one, actually. I mean, you already said yes, and I say yes.
I didn't say yes.
Oh, okay. Goodness. Guess not.
No,
okay.
That's dumb. All right. Last one here. How about SBR versus bracing?
Ooh.
Short barrel pistol or short barrel rifle. I still don't get the difference, but
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Should you go through the process of getting a stamp for your, so you can put a stock on it versus a brace?
Let's do it. I think we do it.
All right.
All right.
Do you want to flip for which one of us? I feel like you've had to
Rock,
take
paper, scissors, and you get to choose. Whoever wins, best of 3 or best of 1?
Wait.
Rock, paper, scissors. That's
yeah, but then if I win,
you get to pick.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
You've got to assume the position, Greg. I don't know if have you not done rock, paper, scissors before?
Okay.
All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, go, and on go we make the thing.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. You win. You didn't do the crack. You gotta. Thank you. Goodness, man's never done rock, paper, scissors before. All right, what do you want to do?
I want to do. I don't know. Should have thought about this before we did the rock, paper, scissors. I want to do.
Which one do you think, Greg? I think he's on the fence.
I will do SBR.
Okay, I can do brace. Brace yourself, everybody.
Oh, gosh.
The ATF are coming.
Should not have done that.
Hey, go ahead and give us a like, give us a subscribe, because we love you and you love us, clearly.
Yep.
And yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, check out our custom shop dropping tomorrow if you're watching this today.
And don't forget
to enter for the giveaway.
Yeah. Would you put some Sexton in your glass? Or is this some 1776? I'd like to know.
Some Blaine's, maybe a little.
And we're excited
Happy.
to give you these things, so don't forget and tag your buddy so he can also get in and share the glass with you, because there's 2 of them.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, see you guys.
Later, Gators.
Why is it on your face and not mine?
Who knows who's gonna win this battle? My face.
Why is the focus square on your face?
My focus square. Right here.
Where's my focus square?
You get a focus square. No, waving your hand is not going to help.
Where's my
the
focus
camera
square?
Does not understand
Give me a
waving.
focus square. It's my
It
camera.
understands good-looking faces.
It's
clearly.
my camera. Why isn't it giving me one?
Well, we know where its loyalty lies.
Not starting off good.
Starting off great. Look how you block.
Or no, what it's doing is it's like, I swear I'm focused on this. Why does it still look this way?
Why is it so ugly?
Why is it so ugly?
Is it always this blurry?